Awesome. Hello. This is Alex Coble-Frakes, and welcome back to Aligned Action. Today, as you can see on the show, it is not just me. We've got a special guest, and I'm so excited to have you here. This is Brittany Wilkening, and we go way back, guys, like way back. We were college roommates. And she has gone on to be, she's been participated in a group program that I led and is now one of my private coaching clients. So she is here today to talk to us, give you an inside scoop of what it can mean and look like to have a coach in your life, what that kind of impact can have, and really talk about how having a health coach has helped her take aligned action in her health and wellness. Welcome, Brittany. Woo! So excited. I'm so excited. So excited to have you here today. This is awesome. So I would love for you to just start off by telling everyone what's your background like. So what do you do? And then just give us a sneak peek into what is your health journey been? What is your path to health and wellness? What does that look like for you?
So a little bit about my background is I am a school counselor right now, and I finished my counseling program back in last year. I finished the whole thing. And so for the last 4 years, I have been working and going to school at the same time for counseling to become a counselor. So I am a helper by nature. And I've been in the school setting for I've been a school counselor for 3 years, but I've actually been in the school setting for 6 years and just helping students first as a special education associate and now as a school counselor. So
that's before you jump into your health background, I just want to pause you right there because I think this happens so often, right? As women, we spend a lot of time helping other people, and sometimes it can be hard to pour back into ourselves. So I just love that you spend a lot of time helping people, and you're also carving out more time to help yourself, right? By doing this process. So I think that's awesome.
Yes. Thank you. So going back into my health background, growing up, I was also sports. Not the most athletic by any means, still involved and active in those types of things. And then in college, I tried to work out when possible. Didn't really eat right by any means. The typical college diet. And then as part of college in my college journey, there was one time particularly I tried to focus on being healthier, losing some weight. It wasn't necessarily a healthy process by any means, but it did happen and I did work on it. And since college, it's been 5 years now.
Yikes.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. But college, I've kind of just worked out off and on. I've tried to eat right, but I haven't necessarily been able to do that. It's been a lot easier not doing it, or more convenient not doing it. And I have a husband on top of that who I like to say sometimes he's a picky eater, but he actually eats things that I don't like. So, but he's definitely very much wants to do what's convenient, would rather have a burger and fries or pizza rather than eating healthy. So that's been something that I've been managing or learning how to manage and work with.
I think that's so true. I think a lot of people are really busy and trying to find that balance between knowing maybe they should or would like to eat better, and then how do I find the time to do that? So I'm really curious, have you felt like your health and wellness journey has taken up a lot of mental energy over the years, or has it been pretty low key?
I feel like it's taken a lot of energy, and I want it to be more low key, because it's definitely something that I think, oh, well, I don't have time to do that. I don't have time to exercise. I don't have time to meal prep. And that's been one of the barriers for me, is feeling like I have enough time to do it or not.
Totally. Oh, no, you're good. I think,
okay.
I think that's something that I've heard a lot, with other clients that I've worked with. And what I thought myself too is I don't have enough time to eat well or to exercise. But I think what kind of happens sometimes as the converse, when we don't make the time for it, we don't have the energy. We don't feel as well. We feel sluggish. And so really taking care of our health is a huge return on investment, but we've got to convince ourselves that that's true, because we may not see the results on day one, right? We may not see the results for a couple of months. So sometimes it's hard to justify that investment of your time and energy right now when you may not see the results for a couple of months.
That's awesome. Right. It's a feedback loop too.
Yep. And it's just hard. You know, it's cold right now. It's the winter here in Iowa, where we're both at. And like last week was holy shit talking mushrooms. It was so cold. And so I like walking outside, but it's hard to go outside. I don't know if I have enough layers of clothes to keep me warm in negative 55-degree weather, right? So sometimes it's hard. Like that's a really convenient excuse that has been for me in the past. Oh, well, it's like too cold. Like I can't work out, even though I have a treadmill.
Right. And speaking of, like for the last couple of years, actually, I've been doing Beachbody workouts from my home, and it's a subscription that I do, but that's been something that I've been doing off and on, and you really have to be disciplined to be able to work out in your own house.
Yes, because your couch is there and your fluffy warm blankets are there and Netflix is there. So I think that's part of the thing where we come against these excuses that we don't have enough time, but we really can start to look at how are we allocating the time we do have, because I watched Netflix for like 8 hours this weekend, right? So if I can do that, I can make a meal, or I can work out for 20 minutes, right? So it's just really about starting to consider and confront the limiting beliefs that we have and what we think to be true about our health and wellness.
Yes.
Totally. So I'm really curious. You participated last year in the group program that I did called the Final Countdown. And I'm curious, what were some of those benefits from participating in a holistic health group than maybe some other types of health activities you've done in the past?
I really liked the group. It really gave me an introduction to what this is and what you do as a holistic health coach. And really starting to have an introduction to some of my limiting beliefs. I feel like that was probably one of the biggest things that I learned. There was one week that was particularly challenging for me, was feeling really overwhelmed with work. And there was a time, like, I almost feel like I was I don't want to say the center of attention, but I feel like I kind of took over the coaching spotlight and focused on me. But I feel like it was really relatable to what some of the other group members were also experiencing at the time. There was a slump before the holidays that you're trying to get everything done.
Mm-hmm.
And so that particular session, it really hit home for me, was figuring out what more do I need to do for myself? How am I showing up for myself on a daily basis, not just as weekly coaching sessions with others? But the group coaching, it made me also feel like I'm not the only one who's going through these things, and that there are
We lost her for a second. She'll be back. Internet is crazy this time of year. Everything's been a little glitchy, but it's totally okay. Awesome. Little technology glitches, those happen. You know, it's been freaking cold. My Wi-Fi routinely quits working because it's too cold. It's like, no, thank you. Not doing that. So Brittany was just telling us, you know, some of her thoughts on the, you know, being in a private group. So I'm really curious, why did you decide to continue on and go into private coaching with me?
I decided to continue on with private coaching. Just because I feel like I got a little bit of an introduction, but I wanted more, because I saw how it had benefited me on those particularly tough weeks that I had with work, and how showing up for myself was really a way that I can show up for others.
I love that.
Yeah, that was a pretty big one. I got some more nutrition education that I didn't necessarily have before, or that I was kind of looking for, because I feel like I have a pretty good workout routine that I accomplished last year, but still eating the right way, or eating healthier foods has been a struggle for me, and it's been a pattern, and it's been a struggle for a really long time. So that really helped.
Yes, it's kind of like this, the group coaching can be some pretty high level, really good stuff, but then really getting that benefit of digging in deeply. What are your drilling down to some unique things to you specifically, sounds like.
Yes.
Yeah. Awesome. I think that's great. And I think so it's good for people to kind of, if you're considering doing either a group program or getting a private coach, just really thinking of what am I looking for? Like maybe someone just has a good understanding and they just kind of need that high level to kind of top things off. Or someone may say, you know what, I feel like I've got a lot of stuff going on and I would really like someone to help me drill down maybe more quickly just working with me. So there are some good benefits, I would say, to either one, really just determining what you may be looking for as a person seeking services. Awesome. And the last question that I've got for you today, I'm really excited because we've had some cool stuff come up in our sessions, but I'm curious. So a lot of times people think about health and wellness and think that it only affects one area, right? They may think, well, I'll go to the gym and then I'll look better in a bathing suit, or I'll eat well and then my gut health will be better, right? But we kind of compartmentalize health and wellness. So I'm curious, how has doing this work affected other parts of your life beyond what we think of as the health and wellness box?
I have actually, through coaching, I have actually kind of figured out what some of my limiting beliefs are, and I wrote them down, and then I realized how much that they affect me on a day-to-day basis, going through work and how I interact with my students that I work with, and figured out how they are holding me back and keeping me from being the awesome superstar that all of these kids think that I am, and just realizing how much potential that I have and how much I can really give to them when I give to myself and work on myself with that.
So it affects work. Have you seen it affect other areas of your life?
Yes. Like, another area is with my finances. That's been one of my New Year's resolutions for the last 2 years now. And so working, like, I set some goals for my finances, and I wrote down kind of some areas with that I want to work on, and figured out what I can do in the meantime, and knowing that taking those little steps will add up to a bigger return in the long run. And so that's been kind of some coaching there.
I love that. I love that you bring up finances, because that's one of the things that I hear from people who want to do the coaching, but they say, oh, I can't afford it. Like, I can't invest in myself. Because really, when we start eating better, that helps our food budget. When we have more energy, it improves our work, or maybe even opens up career possibilities that we didn't see before, right? Like when we're not fighting with our spouses, maybe that affects our finances. So people often use that as a reason why they can't invest in themselves. But what I'm hearing you say is, no, investing in myself is actually freeing up some of my financial thoughts and limiting beliefs and burdens that I imagined in the past.
Oh my goodness, yes. And I'm glad that you brought that up, because that was one of the things that I thinking, like, oh, I don't want to put all this money down for this. But in the long run, like, it's been absolutely worth every penny spent on it, because now I feel like I'm more in control of my spending. Or because a pattern for me, when I want to go shopping, or I want to buy this useless stuff that I don't need, or go on my Target run or whatever, my shopping, like, I kind of step back and I think about, well, why do I want to do this? What is my underlying feeling or thought with it? Because there's usually something there. Like, what am I not getting on some of the other areas of my life that I feel like I need to spend money on myself?
So you heard it here first, everyone. Spending money on coaching can actually save you money in other areas of your life and change and open up that relationship that you have to money. Like, that's incredible.
Yes.
That's awesome. So that's one of the benefits that people don't think of, right? Is truly health and wellness in so many ways can affect every other area of our life, because we start to see, and I'm curious if you've seen this, but I really noticed this in myself, is how we do one thing is how we do everything. So if we've got an issue in our health, we can see a pretty similar pattern of belief and thought in our finances, in our marriage, in our career. Like, we keep hitting our head against the same limiting beliefs and blocks in all of the areas of our life. So when we can figure that out in our health and wellness, we can apply that learning to all the other areas of our life.
Yes.
Awesome. Oh my gosh. It's been a blast having you today. I'm curious, do you have any other final thoughts or ideas you would like to leave people with today?
There have really been a lot of aha moments for me, or there's been things that I have been saying that, oh, I think that I should do it. I think I should do it. And now I've really learned, like, do it. Just do it. Like, there are so many things. Like, I'm learning so much more about myself and how to make myself happy and how to go about that I don't need to worry about what others think. That's been something that I've recognized, and I'm recognizing these patterns of beliefs that I've had for so long and how they're not serving me, and how that I can really find joy and purpose in another way of thinking so that it can serve me. And by serving myself, I also show up differently for other people. And really, by making myself happy, it's been making others happy too.
Oh my gosh, that's so beautiful, right? First for us and then for others, we've got to learn how to put our own oxygen masks on and take care of ourselves so that we can show up as the A+ version of ourselves. Because when we're tired, when we're crabby, when we're not eating well, when we're not working out, when we're not connected spiritually, all of these things, when we show up to the cash register, like the person running the cash register, right? To our mail people, to our spouses, to our coworkers, the way we interact with everyone in our lives, they are getting the C version, right? And so we continue this cycle of people not taking care of ourselves because we're not taking care of ourselves. So I love that final thought. So just do it. Take the initiative, do what you need to do, and start to heal yourself so you can be a part of healing the planet. That's awesome. Thank you. Thank you so much, Brittany. It was awesome. Oh, a little dog bark. Thank you so much for being on the show today. It was really awesome to just have you and to hear a little bit about what you have gained from investing in yourself and taking on some new work for yourself. It's just really awesome. So if you are listening and you are ready for bold, aligned action like Brittany was, send me a message and there goes my dog. And we will have a conversation about what that looks like and how to get started. When we keep saying, I'll do it tomorrow becomes a year, then 5 years, then 10 years, right? When you've got this idea that I need to do something now, jump on that and take those steps. So please join us next week at 9:30 Central for some more aligned action, and I'll talk to you guys all later. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks, Brittany.
Thank you.